Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I'm going to talk about things that are different in the Philippines than it is in USA. And these are observations that just hit me today. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Observations. Observe, right? Things that are different. Well, automatically, first things came to mind. Rooster in the background. That's number one. He can't come out. Then you have a lot of noise. It's just a lot of noise in general. I mean, really a lot of noise sometimes. I get in that house, I don't hear anything come out. It's like, ooh. Another thing that you got to think about is there's a lot of things that are different. That you have to get accustomed to as your lifestyle is a lot different, of course. Because you got to take shower by bucket and use water, and a lot of times there's no hot water. A lot of times you have to fend for yourself, and there may be no power. A lot of times your Filipina may not have a stove. She's been cooking by wood or coal. That's what Ruth was for a long time. A lot of times they may not. If they do have a cooker, propane's going to be lower. You may need to get some propane. Things I observed today. There's no wreckers. They don't have wreckers. Something happens to your car and you get AAA. Gary T reminded me of this. If your car gets stuck, you're in a mountain. Well, how you get it out? You can't. You better hope someone around there can help push you out, pull you out by horse, caribou, or something. They don't have the infrastructure where I live to get you in current situations. So say my new van here stops on highway, whatever, and I'm 20 miles from town or 100 miles from town. What do? I'm stuck. They do have some type of rescue service that can come get you, but it's usually the next day or the day after. And you're not going to sit and wait. Sometimes a tricycle will come by and you can ask for help from him. And we like get you to town where you can get someone. A lot of times some of the towns, they don't have anybody. There's no mechanics. There's not necessarily, you'll find a vulcanizing shop, but you won't find a full mechanic shop. You'll find many in my town, here where I live in Maramag, but you will not find a lot of places, they don't have a mechanic shop. They may have a shop that a guy works and changes oil, but he doesn't have availability to put it on a rack, pull it up, change tires, balance tires. Did you know I'm getting new tires? And to get my tires balanced, I got to take it to Valencia. There's nobody here in town that balances tires. I'm thinking to myself, you mean there's nobody? Well, there's no Goodyear here. There's a Goodyear in Valencia. I guess I have to take it and stand in line for whatever. But there is no... You buy tires, you got to have them balanced. There's no balancing wheels or anything here that they can even balance tires with. That's another thing that you have to be aware of. So it's sort of like the wild, wild west. You're just shooting from the hip all the time. I mean, I think a simple thing. I went to go buy a wheelbarrow. There's no wheelbarrow in town. There's no such thing as a wheelbarrow where I live. Is there wheelbarrows there? Yes. But I haven't seen any where I'm at. I have to travel to Valencia to get a wheelbarrow at the store. Now get this. I take this back. At the new store, Wilkins store. Wilkins, W-I-L-C-O-N. I think that's the name of it. Anyway, it's a hardware like Home Depot. I could go there, but that don't mean they have a wheelbarrow. The last 2 times I went, they didn't have a rake, and they didn't have a wheelbarrow. So we'll see. In fact, I ordered a shower bottom for shower, and I'm still waiting on it a year later, so we just fixed it ourselves, retiled it. Call the guy, too. You have to be adaptable, for sure. Another thing I noticed here is I went to go get a big pair of channel locks. I needed to have something fixed, and I needed a big pair of channel locks. Now, I have wrenches and things, but sometimes you just need a big pair of channel locks. Sorry, don't have. I'm talking adjustable channel locks. So I said, okay, I'll figure something out. So basically what I did is took tie wraps, the real thick tie wraps, and I did it that way with the screwdriver. I took the screwdriver, took the tie wraps, put it on there, screwdriver, tightened it, and got it to where I could loosen it up. I mean, didn't even have a pair. I had to engineer my own. You know, if something breaks, for example, if your wash machine breaks, or you can get that fixed in town. If your refrigerator breaks, they can come out and fix that. Aircon, they can come out and fix that. Stove, as you have it, which you don't have a lot of stoves that people have. They do have them here, and people do cook on stove, but it's very rarely, and it's propane stove. It's actually a camper stove. That's what they have here, camper stoves. They are exactly with campers, the same size, same everything camper stove that I have in my RV. The things that you have to look out for too is, like, I wanted to cut tree limbs. You know, just a regular saw, adjustable blade saw that you can buy, and a pruner. You can actually prune and cut some limbs off of trees. Nah, didn't have it. So I looked online and found some. The problem is too, when you do that and you buy them online, doesn't mean necessarily they're going to be good when you receive them either. My dog's getting scared because they're letting off firecrackers. All right, come on, Omar, I'll let you inside. What else can I think of off the top of my head? Man, I had like 80 in my mind in the house. Just like boom, boom, boom. Well, you know, you get sitting there and you're thinking about it. Just a simple screwdriver set they have, but they don't have the big screwdrivers. But Mr. Mitch sent me all the nuts, bolts, and screws on that. Nuts, bolts, and screws they don't have here either. To go buy a set, they don't have them. 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/4 inch. You go to town and buy them. I looked all over for those, so I have to order them online, and they're all meters. What happened to good old days where you could order a nut and bolt, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, and just, you know, get you 1/2 inch wrench or 1/4 inch wrench, 3/4 inch, and they give me a closed-in 3/4. You know, it's really easy. Hey, go get me a 1/4 inch open, or just give me the open and closed wrench. Yeah. So hacksaw blades they have, chainsaws they have, pieces, parts there they have. Lacks a lot of times on batteries, car batteries, they have them. 90% of them are used, they have them. You might find a place that has them where I'm at. And you know, I'm not in no little town. I mean, there's 100,000 people in my town. It's huge. So they'll have 2 or 1. I went to buy a battery, not for this car, for something else, and couldn't even do it. An idea that I'm trying to do. I'll talk about that later in another video. My mind's always going on stuff, and I got ideas about stuff. I just don't tell a lot on YouTube of what I'm doing and what I've done. It's like this French drain I did here. I didn't even think about telling anybody that. But thank goodness I had it here. The thing too, there's a Home Depot in Guam. And just trying to call them and getting them to find out if they ship to the Philippines. Because there's some stuff there we can buy. I can, you know, buy a DeWalt and all that stuff there. And I can get everything I need there. Getting them on the phone's like a nightmare. I call the number and just rings. Nobody answering. So I would tend to think I could do that. Another thing that they don't have here is trailers. And I mentioned this for wreckers. I mentioned that earlier. Wreckers, if you get in an accident and you need that. A trailer to haul, say for instance, buying your car or your motorcycle to haul something, maybe goods. I know some areas may have gotten some, but that would be a good business for sure, somebody get into. But I'm rambling on here, and I kind of wanted to let you guys know that these thoughts just running in my mind. And, so I'm going to have my coffee now and see if I can find something to snack on. I want to thank everybody for always watching our videos. I want to thank everybody for always coming on and taking the time and watching our videos. We will get to doing a live stream or 2 along. Internet's still out today. It's been out since the storm. So we got intermittent. My go-to company's PLDT, but I have a great guy in town. He's just now brought me fiber, and the fiber is what's holding us up. But it's 31 up, 31 down, but it is sporadic. So it's good for 5 minutes, and then it's not. So I don't know what's going on with that. But thank you guys. Thank you so much. God bless.